hit the record button so we can be recording all this. And the title of this Facebook coffee break today is the 3 C's. Everything lies behind the 3 C's. I want to tell you what the 3 C's are. Okay? So I will share that with you here in just a moment. And we will, but I've got my coffee. It is Monday, January 6th. I think everybody's getting back to work today. If they've been off or the kids are back to school, I know here in Ohio they are. They went back to today. And so they're back to school, people back to work. It's time to get life back to normal. I guess that's the best way to say it, right? Hey, I want to start this off with a story. And, you know, what the Kelsey Code is all about. And one of the things is it's about people who are pledging time and energy to make pools and water safer. I want to take that up a notch, though. It's really about teamwork, coming together as a team. And I'm an audiobook person. I read books, but I really like to listen to audiobooks. And I don't know if you're familiar with Zig Ziglar or not, but Zig Ziglar, I was listening to one of his audiobooks this morning, and he shared a story that really hit home with me. And I want to start this off here. And I was going to put that in my background here for today. Actually, it's about Belgian horses. If you've heard Zig Ziglar, or if you heard this about Belgian horses, then, you probably know what I'm going to talk about here, what the story is going to be about. But if not, I had a picture that I was going to put up in the background, but I didn't have it up and ready to go. So, because time was running out, and then that's why took a while to get logged in here and start this Facebook Live here today, because I hit some wrong buttons. And anyways, that's a whole nother story for another day. But here's the thing. Did you know a Belgian horse, a full-grown Belgian horse, can pull, they're like the Belgium draft horses. So they're work horses. It can pull up to 8,000 pounds. Okay, as a past truck driver that used to drive an 80,000 pound vehicle, we used to pull about, if you had 45,000 pounds in the box, you had a lot of weight. And, the truck, you knew it, especially going uphill, downhill, because you're pulling the weight up the hill and then the weight is pushing you down the hill. But, that really hit me, 8,000 pounds. I mean, 2,000 pounds is a ton. Okay, so that's 4 tons. I mean, that's a lot of weight. And then you 2 draft horses can pull in excess of 17,000 pounds. But if you take those draft horses and you teach them to work together as a team for a common goal, those 2 draft horses can take that 17,000 pounds. They now can pull up to over 25,000 pounds. Okay, or I think he said over 24,000 pounds. That really hit me, because that's the power of teamwork. One of the things in the water safety community, I've always kind of felt that everybody's doing their own thing. Everybody's doing their own thing, but we all have a common goal. The common goal is to save lives. The common goal is to make water and pledge to make water safer. That's what the Kelsey Code's all about. So I believe we come together as a team. And that's where the 3 C's I'm going to talk about of what we're really working on here of teaching. I've been sharing with you over the past couple of weeks on our daily coffee breaks about building your audience, about building a platform, about connecting with like-minded people, about building that avatar. In other words, who's that person, where they hang out at. We've been talking a lot about these, and here's why I've been, that's kind of the thing. When people say, hey, Rick, I'm just nobody's listening to me, nobody's really working with me, I really don't have a clue who I should be talking to, or but it really goes back to nobody's listening. It's because we really haven't done the pre-work, which is identifying who it is you want to talk to. So you could put these 3 C's to work in your system, and that's what I'm going to talk about here. You can put this work and do this work But if you don't get the results, it's because you haven't done the work beforehand. So that's kind of like the Belgian horses working, working on your own. Um, and, but if we work together as a team, we can accomplish so much more. And and this is why I'm saying this. Okay, you all know my goal. My goal around saving 185,000 lives and over 1 million lives from non-fatal drowning. Okay, I believe we need to reach about 100 million people with that. Okay, out of that, this is what I call the NLT, which is the know, like, and trust factor. So that's reach 100 million people that know our message, know what we stand for. Okay, about a water safety message. Reach it, and then out of that, we have 10 million people that would like that message, and then we have 1 million people that would actually trust us from that standpoint. And if we could have just 0.5%, that's 0.5%, which is 0.50, that would really begin to partner with us and work together as a team and put this and implement a system like this, and to get your water safety message out to the world and out to the people in your community wherever you are, then we can accomplish this. So here's I'm just going to really quickly here, and I'll get into the 3 C's. I'm going to give you the weekends off. Okay, so there's 52 weeks in a year. There's 365 days in a year. So we're going to give you the weekends off, and I'm going to give you 2 weeks vacation also. So that means you're going to work 246 days. Okay, so if we had 50,000 people, okay, that worked 246 days, and they concentrated on reaching one person a day, just one person a day, to have a conversation, to meet with somebody, to tell them your story, okay, what it is that you do and how you are working to solve this problem, we would reach 12,300,000 people a day, okay, worldwide. Okay, if we could get to those 12,300,000 people a day to share that message, or share a message just one time a week, that shows up on a news feed one time a week, okay, over, that's over 110 million, okay, but you multiply that out, okay, and that comes out to 5.7 billion people in a 9-year period. So our goal is to accomplish this by June 15th, 2029. So by June 15th, 2029, that's 5.7 billion people. There is roughly 7.5 billion people, according to Google or the UN. They estimate populations in excess of 7.5 billion people worldwide. Okay, we're pushing 7.7, I guess, is what they say. But with that being said, that's what this is. So let me jump into the 3 C's here, okay? I got my notes here, so that way I can stay on track here and I don't get too far rambling, because, I'm already about roughly 8-10 minutes into this coffee break, so my coffee's getting cold. So what I want to talk to you about is the 3 C's, and what these 3 C's, in other words, everything that you are trying to achieve and everything that you want to accomplish lies behind the 3 C's. So this is what I believe that we have to do. In other words, I've reached over 1 million people in up to 2029. Okay. So when I started this, I started with a particular system, and I built this system out. So here's how simple this is. Okay. So the first C, or the secret, is what I refer to as create. So you're constantly creating, okay, that I'm not necessarily talking about content here, but you're constantly in creation mode. And that is, number one, always be creating. Every day you wake up, every day you get into this, you're always creating something. Always, you have a plan. So create a daily plan of action. What I refer to on my calendar, it's color coded, and I have 2 things. Number one is a gold code. Okay, that's where I'm creating, or I'm mining gold. I'm really looking to learn from people, and so I make connections and I have conversations with people where I can learn from them. Okay, and then I go into the green code, is where it's revenue. So always driving a demand for what it is that you have to offer. That's the gold. You're mining the gold. You're driving a demand, okay? But you also have to focus on the revenue generation portion of the thing. So that way you can have more money to put back into your programs and put back into what it is that you're doing so we can reach more people around our message. Okay. You plan your day out. Okay. You're always creating. And that leads to what I refer to as connection. So we've been talking about the last couple of weeks about connecting with people. So that leads us to making connections. Okay. The second C. Okay. So you're connecting with your target audience that you've outlined through your avatar, and you know where they're at, and you're making those connections. And then the second thing is you've identified who these people are. So they're like-minded. They would be open to connecting with you because you both are, you're similar. Okay. If you take a look at yourself and you understand what interests you, okay, and if that's what you're about, then all you have to do is find people like you. It's not that hard, but it takes time. That's where the creation comes in. You're always creating something to find those people that are like you so you can begin to connect with them, whether that's Facebook or you're at Walmart or you're at a restaurant or you're at a family outing or you're on LinkedIn. Wherever you are, you're constantly in creation mode to make new connections. Okay. And then you also connect with people that can help you. All right. Look for people that can help you move your mission, to move what it is that you're about forward. Okay. So that way they can put you in a place or maybe put you with somebody because they know people you don't. All right. That's one of the things that I built, how I built my podcast, how we build our platform to reach over 1 million people by the end of 2029. All right. And so then that leads to the secret number three on the third C is conversations. Okay. So this leads to having a conversation, moving people from where they are now. You've connected with them and you're delivering valuable content. You're delivering content that resonates with them. You're delivering them educational information and you're providing value to them. All right. So one of the things people have told me here, let me tell you a little quick story here. People say to me, hey, Rick, the key here is education. We need to be in the school systems. And then I simply ask, if we need to be in the school system, we need to be in every single school system in the country and the world. So what is the plan behind that? Well, if we don't have a plan on how we're going to accomplish and work together as a team to accomplish that plan to get into every single school system, then we drop the ball. Then it doesn't work. And my belief, and that's why drowning is still the leading cause, is because everybody's doing their thing. We're not working together as a team. But if we can come together and work as a team and we follow a particular system that allows us to get the education so we can get in front of the right people and create an army, more boots in the ground, more people that are sharing your message, then we can put pressure on the powers to be. A friend of mine who's in Congress, Jim Jordan, he shared with me several years ago, had indicated to me, Rick, I wanted to get up to the House. I want to go up to Congress and I want to present some legal thing. He says, hey, what's your army? How many people you got behind you? And that's one of the things he says, if you come here by yourself, there's not a whole lot of power there because you're just one person with a great message. But if we can come together as a community and a large community of hundreds of millions of people, then we have an extremely loud voice. Just like several years ago they had the Million Man March and Million Women March. They had a mission. They marched millions of people, up to the stairs of the in Washington, D.C. Anyways, you know what I'm saying. Okay. So here's what lies behind the 3 C's. Once you create a system, once you're in creation mode and you're creating a plan in which to connect with like-minded people so you can have conversations, then you get into a situation where you're inviting them into your inner circle. You're inviting them into your world, and you can deepen that relationship by inviting them in. Okay. You have found what motivates them. You understand how to communicate to them, and now you invite them in. The other part of that is now you propose. You propose to them what you're all about. You propose to them, if it's swim lessons, you're going to propose the importance of swim lessons. If it's getting into the school systems, you're going to propose the importance of getting into school systems. They may not be the right person for you to talk to, but you can propose to them. And then that's how I wind up with so many of my podcast guests. I have created a system in which I can connect with people on a day-to-day basis. I have conversations with them. I then invite them in to deepen that conversation so I can learn more about them. And then as I learn more about them, I can turn around and decide on how I want to propose, how I want to that relationship, where I want that relationship to go. In some cases, it makes a lot of sense to invite them in to be a guest on my podcast. And then we kind of nurture that relationship, and then that allows me to get in front of more people with our message, and because they share that content, plus their message and their story gets out to more people also. So we're collaborating on that level. Then there's some that we don't connect through that aspect, that we work more in silent between, emails, things like that, and conversation. And then there's some that will go into what I refer to as the revenue generation portion. This is where we can do some work together, and we can help them develop their system. We work with them. We also have a done for you where we will do the work also, but we teach them what it is. In other words, how we've done this. And so those are some really key points. So your system would look something similar to this, but it would be something where you are, constantly creating, leading people into a connection, having a conversation, and then basically inviting them in to be part of your inner circle, and then making some type of proposal, whatever that proposal would look like for you. It might be education. It might be, more speaking engagements. It might be, partnering and working and being a guest speaker at their in service at their YMCA and sharing your story and what it is that you're all about. That is the importance behind everything that we're talking about. Because if we're going to reach hundreds of millions of people, and we want a water safety message to show up in front of so many of these people, then this is what it's going to take. So, here's some key takeaways here. Number one is the pain points, understanding what the pain points are. And then, that's going to help you carry on that conversation and deepen that relationship. Number two is your solutions. You have solutions to a problem. You have solutions to their problems because they're like-minded people. You have some common interests. They are similar to you. So you have the solution, whether or not that is swim lessons, or it's education, or it's you're a nonprofit and you're providing education to the school systems, or you're a business who have a product that can solve a problem, or whatever. You're a certified pool operator. You teach a training course and you teach aquatics professionals on how to be safe, or you're about, risk management and effectively, working with them at that level, and you provide a solution. The other thing is your invitation. So you have an invitation to deepen that relationship, to work more closely with you, and depending on what that would look like for you. Everybody would be totally different. Your invitation is going to be different than my invitation, and so on and so forth. And then your proposal, whatever it is that you're proposing, and how you propose to provide the solutions, and how you propose to work in the collaboration, and how you propose to, make this stand out, and make you stand out as an authority and a leader in your space and what in your platform. So, these are some of the big takeaways that I have with the 3 C's and everything. In other words, everything lies behind the 3 C's. If you focus on the 3 C's on a day-to-day basis, constantly be creating, new connections that will lead to new conversations, you will be able to invite people into your inner circle, into your program, to be able to make the proposals to change people's life. Every time you have a conversation with somebody, you are changing their life. And not only that, but you're also changing yours, because you're gleaning new information. You are learning from these people. So put on your learner's cap, always look to how I can help and serve other people. And I believe that, we can do this as a team, just like the Belgian horses working together as a team. We're going to reach so many more people in the process. We're not going to be just spinning our wheels and getting stuck in the mud and trying to figure out how to get out of it and trying to do all the work ourselves. So, hey, that's what I got for you for today. I am in the process actually building out a webinar series that I'm going to be talking much more about these 3 C's as we put this out to new people here for 2020. So today's January 6th. We're finishing up our coffee, and it's about time to get back to work before the boss comes up here and knocks on my door and tells me, hey, coffee break's over. So, hey, if you've got any questions, comment down below. Hey, Crystal, how you doing? And we will and we will make sure that we get back to you about what we can do to help and serve you in any way we can. Make sure you make a connection today and share your story today, and focus on sharing your story with one person, one new person every single day. And you will be, and we're going to remember, I'm going to give you 2 weeks off, and you got every weekend off. So today's Monday, start anew. Today's January 6th. Let's go hit our goals. Let's hit our targets for 2020, and we can reach millions and millions of people. And it's just each one of us doing our part every single day. And if we can't get 50,000 people, let's do 500 people that want to talk to 10 people a day. So we'll just multiply that and 10x that number, and we actually can do it with fewer people. So that's my plan. So I'm going to go ahead and go to work. I've got a list of connections here. I'm going to be reaching out to people on LinkedIn, Facebook, other things. I've got several phone calls today, emails to respond back to. So it's been a busy weekend for people getting back with me, but I've been sick. So I'm back with it. I feel much better. And so we are back to work here today. So have a great day. We will see you all a little later. See you, Crystal. See you, Lori. See you, whoever else is out there in this world. Okay. Now I have to find my button where I'm at. Okay. I think I got it. See you guys. All right. Let's go ahead and pause our recording. So you guys are awesome. See you.